From the Pasture by Hired Hand is presented by R3 Hilltop Ranch. Located in Chilton, Texas, R3 Hilltop Ranch has been breeding registered Texas Longhorns since 2006. What began as 3 heifers has grown into our current herd, which you can explore on our website at r3hilltop.com. We're passionate about loud colors, longhorns, and docile temperaments, but it's the easy-keeping, low-maintenance traits of Texas Longhorns that initially attracted us and continue to drive our herd growth. In addition to livestock, we proudly offer certified Longhorn beef products. Visit r3hilltop.com/beef to learn more. Thank you for listening and enjoy exploring our ranch online at r3hilltop.com.
Hi there, I'm Molly.
And I'm Jamie, and this is our From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast.
For 15 years now, we've been proudly helping breeders promote hundreds of thousands of pedigree livestock with our easy-to-use animal management-driven website software.
And let's not forget about Hired Hand Live, where over $1 million worth of livestock is sold online each year.
We're excited to bring you market trends, sales data, advice from your fellow breeders, and stories from the ranch.
Our software makes managing your website and your animals a breeze, so you can focus on what you love.
So let us handle your digital chores while you tune in to another episode of From the Pasture with Hired Hand.
Welcome back to From the Pasture with Hired Hand. In today's post-sale recap, we'll be reflecting on the 2025 ITLA Elite Heifer donation sale that occurred this past weekend, October 9th, in Glen, Texas, where many Longhorns found new homes and pastures to call their own. We'll be diving into all the key data from the weekend, including the most viewed animals, top-selling lots both online and in person, and the overall number of views from Hired Hand Live. If you're curious about how the bidding unfolded and which consignments caught the most attention, stick with us as we break it all down. As we continue reflecting on this weekend's sale, one of the most favorite traditions is hearing directly from you, the buyers, sellers, and spectators who make these events so special. Whether you're there in person at the ITLA Heifer Sale or following the action online on Hired Hand Live, your stories, memories, and shout-outs bring the Longhorn community closer together. We're asking for your favorite moments from the sale, and as always, you didn't disappoint. Let's take a moment to share the message we received. The message that we received this weekend was from Darlene Aldridge, and she says, I attended the ITLA Elite Heifer Sale online. It was very easy to bid and ultimately buy the heifer I wanted. Tough utopia. Hired Hand was so helpful, answering all my questions and also helping me find someone to haul my heifer. Overall, this was a very nice experience. Now that we've shared a message from the past weekend, let's shift our focus to the numbers. The ITLA Heifer Sale wasn't just about the excitement in the ring or online bidding, it was also about the impressive stats that showed just how much this event generated. From overall sale averages to the number of views on Hired Hand Live and other key insights, let's dive into the data that highlights the success of this sale. There were 12 animal lots that sold in this sale. The unofficial total was 28,100, while the unofficial average was 2,341. The internet-only average was 1,925. With this being the 21st sale of 2025 to be included in our Hired Hand Live Trends and Averages series, the 2025 annual average to date is $6,831. While the internet-only average is $4,331. There were also just over 1,800 total views of consignments online and 17 registered internet bidders. The most viewed lot after the sale was Lot 12, DB Ziggy, who was consigned by Diamond B Cattle Company. He ended with 223 hits. He was also the first most viewed before the sale with 162 views. Now that we've looked at the overall stats, let's spotlight some of the standout moments from the sale. Specifically, we're going to highlight the top 5 lots that were sold to in-person buyers during the ITLA sale. These Longhorns not only drew attention, but also left Glenrose with some pretty excited new owners. Let's take a look at who sold and claimed these sale-topping consignments. In 5th place, the highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was Lot 3, Old Bout Tim, donated by John and Brenda Oliver, and she sold for $1,700 to Bryant Cattle Company. In 4th place, there was a tie between Lot 5, Tuck's Soft of a Drop, donated by Mike and Jamie Tomey, sold for $1,800 to Amy Brown, and the other 4th place high seller was Lot 10, Crown's Lacey Lou, donated by Crown Creek Cattle, and she sold also for $1,800 to Luke Fletcher. The third highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was Lot 1. The third highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was Lot 1, Bucks 681, Hangin' Tough Casanova, donated by Tom and Amy Buxton, who sold for $2,250 to Dickinson Cattle Company. The second highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was Lot 11, Up in Smoke, donated by Joel and Misty Dickinson. She sold for $5,100 to Travis Casey. And the number one highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was Lot 7, Roustabout, donated by Joel and Misty Dickinson, and she sold for $5,800 to Russell Freeman.
And now let's hear from our advertisers.
Looking for top quality Longhorns and a taste of true Texas spirit? Look no further than Cantera Cattle Company. Our passion for Longhorns shines at Old Gringo Ranch, where tradition meets excellence. Visit us online at CanteraCattleCompany.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest updates and ranch life fun. Ready to experience it yourself? Schedule your visit by emailing canteracattle@gmail.com. Remember, God is great, Longhorns are good, and life is crazy.
Overwhelmed with your digital chores? Let us lend a hand. From websites and animal management to internet auctions, graphic design, marketing, search engine optimization, and more, Hired Hand Software is your hired hand for all things digital.
Specializing in pedigree, livestock, breeds, and beyond, we handle the tech so you can focus on the animals you love. Visit hiredhandsoftware.com today, where your digital chores just got a whole lot easier.
Do you sometimes feel like you're the only one who doesn't have it all figured out? Rural life can be isolating, but it doesn't have to be.
Welcome to Ag's Most Okayest Farm Girls, the podcast for women who are craving connection, laughter, solidarity, camaraderie, and just overall encouragement in your everyday life and dreams.
Each week, your hosts, Annalise, that's me, and Courtney will cover topics such as farm life, mom life, making money online, side hustles, hobbies, sharing on social media, jobs off the farm, and so much more.
Us rural gals need to stick together, so saddle up for some fun, real, and unsolicited advice and stories from our everyday farm lives.
Grab a drink, we're Ag's Most Okayest Farm Girls, and we're here to help. Listen wherever you find podcasts.
After highlighting the top lots purchased in person, let's turn our attention to the online arena. We'd like to personally thank the sale host behind the ITLA Heifer sale who trusted us at Hired Hand Live to make it possible for buyers from all over to participate. Some of the weekend's most exciting sales happened through the online bidding. Here are the top animals that found new pastures thanks to Hired Hand Live internet bidders. There was a tie for third place. The first one is Lot 9, DB Annie, donated by Diamond D Cattle Company, selling for $1,300 to Steve Morgan. The other lot in third place was Lot 8, Cup of Smirk, donated by Gang of Five Longhorns. She sold for $1,300 as well to Landy's Farms. In second place for the top online buyer was Lot 6, Tough Utopia, donated by Russell and Jamie Freeman. She sold for $2,400 to Star Creek Ranch. And the highest selling lot to an online buyer was Lot 12, DB Ziggy, donated by Diamond B Cattle Company, and he sold for $2,700 to Annette Kenny. With the top online sales covered, let's take a closer look at the impact of Hired Hand Live's internet bidding had on this weekend's sale. Hired Hand Live continues to bridge the gap between sellers and buyers, no matter where they're located, and the stats from the ITLA Heifer sale speak for themselves. Here's a breakdown of the influence our online platform had during the sale. There was $7,700 value added through internet bidding. There were 22 online bids and 4 lots sold online to 4 different online buyers. With this sale taking place in Glen, Texas, our furthest internet bidder was located in Missouri, roughly 500 miles away from where the sale was held. Now let's shift gears and talk about one of the most exciting ongoing competitions in the Longhorn industry, the National Longhorn Futurity Race, also known as the NLFR. The ITLA Futurity was held in junction with last week's ITLA Heifer sale, which brought some changes to the leaderboard, and we've got the updated standings to share with you. We should also note that these standings include both the ITLA Futurity and the New England Futurity, which happened this weekend as well at Cody's Ranch. So coming in first place is Horseshoe J. Isabel, owned by Jimmy Jones, and she ended with 3,644.75 points. In second place is 7BR Bonita Drag Iron, owned by Seven Brothers Ranch. She ended with 3,330.75 points. In third place is 7BR Just Keeper, owned by Seven Brothers Ranch. She ended with 3,287.45 points. In third place is Hubbell's Crown Apollo 7, owned by J&T Longhorns. And she ended with 2,667.5 points. And rounding out the top 5 heifers for the 2025 NLFR is River Forks She's a Dandy, owned by Terry and Tammy King, and she ended with 2,497.35 points. Now we'll go over the list of the top 5 bulls. Again, this was updated after both the ITLA and the New England Futurities. In first place is M7 Double Jack, owned by the Jones-Wilson Partnership. He ended with 2,966.1 points. In second place is HL Crown's Pride, owned by Crown Creek Cattle. He has 2,682.25 points. In third place is Pale Rider CPL, owned by Bryant Cattle Company. He ended with 2,463 points. And in fourth place is Red River Firestorm, owned by Circle A Longhorns. He ended with 2,282.25 points. In fifth place is Copy 50 Bucks, owned by Circle A Longhorns, and he ended with 2,237.5 points. So next we'll be going over the class winners from the 2025 ITLA Championship Futurity, which took place last Thursday, October 9th in Glen, Texas. The Class 1 winner, 20G's King of Hearts FHR, was entered by the FHR Prairie Farms Partnership, ending with 225.5 points. The Class 2 winner, Silver Stagecoach C4, was entered by Grant Tinkets, ended with 227.5 points. The Class 3 winner, Hubbell's Crown, entered by the 20Gauge Partnership, ended with 227 points. The Class 4 winner, M7 Double Jack, was entered by the Jones-Wilson Partnership and ended with 229.5 points. The Class 5 winner, M7 Shamrock, was entered by M7 G&A Country Club Partnership and ended with 226.5 points. The Class 6 winner, Focused on the Sun, was entered by Adam and Anna Smith and ended with 228.5 points. The Class 7 winner, Red River Firestorm, entered by Hot Shot Partnership, ended with 230 points. The Class 8 winner, Bowcat Can Crazy, entered by Grant Tinkus, ended with 223 points. The Class 9 winner, Heads I Win DSM, entered by Whistling Longhorns Ranch, ended with 225.5 points. The Class 10 winner, Hubbell's Anastasia, entered by the Elite Partnership, ended with 225.5 points. The Class 11 winner, Awesome Jam, entered by the Whitlock Vanderford McIntyre Partnership, ended with 223.5 points. The Class 12 winner, JM5 Lap of Luxury, entered by McIntyre Farms, ended with 222 points. The Class 13 winner, Horseshoe J Isabel, entered by Jimmy Jones, ended with 223.25 points. The Class 14 winner, HL Stormy, entered by G&A Country Club, ended with 224.5 points. The Class 15 winner, Finals Destiny, entered by Mike and Jamie Tomey, ended with 226 points. And the last class, Class 16, that winner was HL Mulberry Medley, entered by Circle A Longhorns, ended with 226.5 points. Looking ahead, we're excited to announce the next sale we'll be attending with Hired Hand Live, which means another post-sale recap following shortly after. The next event on our schedule is the Millennium Futurity, and to help you get ready, we'll be releasing a sale podcast on Tuesday, October 14th. We'll be joined by the sale host to give you all the details, exciting consignments, and updates you don't want to miss. Be sure to stay tuned and stay up to date with everything you need to know about this upcoming sale. That wraps up our ITLA Heifer Sale recap. We hope you enjoyed hearing about the Longhorns who have now moved on to new pastures. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future updates on From the Pasture with Hired Hand. Until next time, take care of your cattle, enjoy the pastures you roam, and we'll see you soon.